And we're back. Welcome back to another episode of Ball IQ Podcast. So, Lou, Real Madrid fan.
Nelson, Chelsea fan.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We missed you last week.
Some call me, what was the nickname you've heard about me? Bobo Chelsea.
But Chelsea, yeah. What?
Respect.
The Chelsea fans seem to love you.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, but this is not a Chelsea show.
It
So
isn't. It isn't.
let's not even start that rubbish.
No, there's so much football to discuss, that just kicked off, so.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And we'll try to keep it.
Even though we're massive.
Even though you're massive, relax, I beg. You can say all that massive stuff when you're around the other small boys. We're not little. We're not little. Just wanted to use that. All right. You want to go straight to the recap?
Let's do it.
Let's dive in. Well, where we're going to start is no joking matter. We're starting at the Liverpool game where Semenyo was abused while taking a throw-in. Obviously, stuff like that still in the game, still society.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty terrible. It happened. We could actually see the player affected in real time by it. An announcement was made at the grounds. It's sad to see. You don't really see it as often reported in the English game. It does happen. I'm not saying it hasn't. But emotions were definitely running high on that day at Anfield, and it's unfortunate that the actions of one kind of soured the day.
Yeah.
I think every goal that was scored, there's a joke of celebration.
Yeah.
Commemoration.
It was obviously unfortunate to see. I would say kudos to, I guess, at the officials and Liverpool as well. From my vantage point, they kind of handled that very, very well. I think the protocol was followed well. I think the person was arrested afterwards.
Yeah,
as well.
So the kudos to the police.
Yeah,
I'll never give kudos to Anthony Taylor and Michael Oliver. I just want that on record.
Well, I can.
Okay. Wait until he gets one of your games in the Champions League. I don't give them kudos. But yes, it was good to see it stamped out, addressed publicly, and has no place in the game.
For sure, doesn't play in society.
Yeah, credit to Semenyo for.
I was going to say
that. Women lie, men lie, but ball.
Yeah,
it don't lie.
Yeah,
and you love seeing justice like that.
Yeah, a response like that.
Discreet justice.
Yeah.
God's plan type of intervention. Could have scored a hat if it were a different day.
Yeah.
But a brace ain't bad.
Brace ain't bad. So shout out to him. We're with you, and for the rest of the game, Ekitike, again, another good performance, another goal. Last week, I was talking about, was it last week or the week before? I was talking about his all-round performance against Crystal Palace, where he could hold the ball up, drop in to build up, go into the inside left, inside right channels, and cause havoc. And he did the same again last week for Liverpool, scoring opening goal. Thoughts on him?
It seemed like a pretty fortunate situation.
Yeah, but
I think he was profiled as like a baby Isak coming in like this window when he was for sale. That's what I heard, like a baby Alexander Isak. I think how he's pretty big and also kind of I don't want to say technical, but he kind of like clumsied his way into that spot, and then obviously when you're a striker in that position, and trust me, I've watched Nico Jackson mess that up several times. When you're a striker in that position,
how many minutes before Nico Jackson slammed?
Igalo once said, "You just have to smash it." And credit to him for being able to don't think, coolly, calmly, almost pass it into.
Send keep a wrong way.
Composure.
Yeah, and to wrap up that game, Salah continues his goal contribution streak for Liverpool. He did not play well.
Thank you.
He did not play well at all. Honestly, when he got onto the ball, in my head, I'm like, he's not passing. He's not passing.
No, not at all. He played like he was not playing good. I really had honed in on that, and not only that, I was looking at his sofa score before that goal. It was like it was bad. It was
Yeah?
putrid. It was quite putrid. It was like under 5.
Really?
Yeah, he was not playing. It was not a good game.
Yeah, no. I mean, I watched the game. It was not a good game.
And then that kind of pumped him up to like a 7, or it kind of like it's the kind of thing that you're like, oh, I didn't watch the game. Let me go look at the highlights. Oh,
Like,
of course he scored.
scored.
I'm sure he was immaculate. And
Nah.
no, that was a different type of win. Credit to Liverpool because even though the opposition stayed with it and kept scoring and hung with them,
Mhm.
they had a never say die mentality. They're able to score at will, which is something that they've had as a gene that they've had for a couple of years now. I think that defense is leaky.
Yes, it is.
Van Dijk was kind of called into question for both of the goals.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpudlians would probably say, he's a little rusty. I think everybody outside of Liverpool might say, about their time is undefeated.
Yeah.
There might be missing a step. Maybe he needs a couple of games to warm up. Who knows? But that was you can tell that they need some center backs.
They do. They do desperately.
Selling Kwanzaa, not replacing him. It's just Joe Gomez and Van Dijk and Konate. If anything were to happen, you're talking about a serious
Hooked.
issue. So I think they've got some time to, week and a half to get something done. And I mean, Gehi looks like he's already there. So
yeah, he's already blanking his manager. So
which is crazy.
Yeah.
In an era of player power that it kind of makes my stomach turn.
It's funny you said that. I don't want to derail this, but there was a conversation going on today, and Shopsy obviously was on Isak's side, speaking of Isak, and the player side, and we're all saying, nah, like there's player power and there's this. This is kind of ridiculous. And I mean, Timmy came up with the opinion of like maybe the window should close before the season starts because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you can say that, but I think I like the advantages to having the window kind of in the first couple, just in case something, God forbid, something happens.
Fair.
In those first couple of weeks as you're ramping up. That's something that I've seen happen before, and I think it's, you get fleeced, but maybe call me a traditionalist there, but maybe it would prevent situations like this. That's for sure. Where we got, essentially you got Liverpool versus Liverpool versus Newcastle coming up on Monday.
Yep.
Isak is on the sidelines for that game.
If he shows up,
everybody loses. But looking at this issue specifically, I covered how precarious the situation was for Newcastle. Like they needed some sort of replacement. They went 0 for 4, and we are witnessing a great transfer window by Liverpool, but also biblical greed in the sense that they are taking both Ekitike and Isak from Newcastle, which is not fair. Newcastle kind of has to stand.
Hey man, it's business, man.
Well, this is what happens. Newcastle is not somebody's, plaything. They have some pride and they've got some money. And furthermore, they have to kind of stand 10 toes on that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If they don't do this, then
a punk pal.
Yeah, they're literally saps.
Yeah,
they're saps of world football. They just got their chains. We said it.
Yeah,
they're getting their
over and over.
Chains getting snatched with nothing to show for it. You can give me 125 M's or 130 M's, but if you do that on August the 25th, and I have a week to replace my irreplaceable player, there's not much I can. That's not very valuable to me, and I think it's the situation that Newcastle has kind of found themselves in. So
yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, wait. August 25th. We're on the 20th. So it's coming.
It's coming. Like this is.
It's coming.
I think it's gonna be really, really. It's gonna get messy.
Yeah. Hey man, maybe they should get Højlund.
Remind me, is his manager his brother?
I don't know.
I think it might be a family type of tie thing.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Either way, it's just gonna get. I see like legal action if he doesn't get to go. Legal action is on the table, and you hate seeing things like this. It's been a while since we've seen a saga like this,
I
but
mean, to a lesser degree, Wissa is also doing similar
same
things.
thing.
Gyökeres did it to Arsenal.
Yep.
We're seeing it often.
Sporting, yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But
Yeah. Player power.
I'm for it. If you run your contract down, I'm like
Yeah.
a Trent or Mbappe. I'm like, you know what? Fair play.
That's another thing. Isak has 3 years on his deal. Um, this is like what this is like is it's kind of like I mean, it reminds me of any time a talented player wants to leave Spurs. Like
You might.
Harry Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Levy was just like, no, it doesn't suit me.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't suit me. You want to leave?
Sucks to be you.
It doesn't suit me.
Sucks to be you.
Per our agreement.
Yeah, per the binding contract. When Isak released that statement of promises were made, I'm like, bruh, are you kidding? Promises were made. How old are you?
Yeah, a child. Like or actually a child. I just think. Well, yeah, no. It's kind of like what it read to me is he's throwing his toys out the pram. He's basically upset. He wants everybody to know that he's upset and that he can't speak his mind. And Newcastle was just like first off, recognize everybody that this is a man in the midst of a massive public tantrum.
Yeah.
We had an agreement. We're not going to just do it. We have an agreement that says he's ours.
Mm-hmm.
He's referencing conversations that have not happened.
Even if it happens, it's not binding. That's my thing.
Where's your proof?
It's not a binding contract. I don't know. And another thing, the last thing I'll say on this is, apparently he hasn't put in a transfer request. And the reason why he hasn't is because of his loyalty bonus. So if he puts in a transfer request,
he loses money.
money.
Yeah, and it's gonna get long for him if he continues to go the way that he does. Like I said, they will. People don't realize he think he can just collect his weekly wages. No, they're gonna fine him every week.
Unless
he goes to the under 20s and trains with them. But anyway, it's messy, y'all. And I think, like I said, if could have just give him and let him have Ekitike, y'all. It's just, I mean, deadly sin.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he'll get his wish, but we'll see how messy it'll be. But staying in England, Spurs looked pretty good. They won 3-0. Richarlison was on smokes. Did you see the second goal?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah. Kudus was very, very, very strong debut, 2 assists as well, but obviously that Richarlison goal is what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, really good, man.
Yeah, very, very good. I mean, he's scored a similar goal for Brazil in the last World Cup. That was like peak Richarlison. So scoring a similar goal like that is good news for Spurs. I did say last week that Spurs do need a bagsman. I think that's what's missing in their team. If he comes up with 10, 15 league goals, that'll be decent. Shout out to them. Chelsea Palace, 0-0. The only thing I'd say about that game is, I think I've told you this before, and I said it in the group chat, I do not like Cole Palmer in the 10. It's just too crowded. I like him off the right, excuse me, just like, okay, there's talks of, he hasn't scored a non-penalty goal since January, or something like that. In this calendar year, the two notable Cole Palmer games were the Conference League final and the Club World Cup final. Both games, he played just that inside left channel where he doesn't get crowded with defenders and stuff, and he can drift and create, drift and shoot, drift and cross. I don't like him in the 10. Thoughts?
I mean, it's an astute observation. I just think that, I mean, two things are true, and they can both be true at the same time. Enzo Maresca tried a new approach, on match day 1 to try and negate what he thought would happen, which is Crystal Palace would show up in an organized low block
Yeah.
and try and negate a lot of the things we do well. And they were able to do that. Like Cole in the 10 uh, did not create. He did not create for much of the game. And as a corollary, we didn't see much from, João Pedro at all.
No.
There was no service whatsoever. And I think, you know, on the wing, the alternatives that were played as opposed to Cole didn't necessarily, produce either. I think Palace did a very good job at negating.
Very, very good. You
Um,
have very well coached.
and Oliver got credit to Glasner. This is what he does. Like they have been very stingy against top teams for quite some time now.
Mhm.
And they've gotten great results against. I think you mentioned the last episode. Last two results that they've gotten are against City and Liverpool. For silverware. So am I upset that we didn't get all the points on the first day? Of course, but I'm happy we didn't lose, and
For
we
sure.
also played a very quality opponent. So what bums me out is we all knew Eze was going to go. And typically players who are about to go,
Yeah, I mean,
don't play.
they don't play. They throw their toys out.
Yeah, they either
don't
act out
train.
or they just it's self-preservation, right? Like,
Yeah,
God forbid he gets hurt, then you're not going nowhere.
exactly.
But Eze, played. He played very well. He scored a goal.
Disallowed. Yeah.
Disallowed goal. So yeah, I am. I did see Sanchez do some decent goalkeeping work.
That guy doesn't want to release that number.
I know it's frustrating because this is a window where there's some goalkeepers that are available. But there's Donnie, and then there's also. I think if you really pushed Mignon, he would come. But Mateta is not a small threat. Not a small threat. Are not a small threat. So for us to get a clean sheet, that's the third. I think clean sheet in the Prem on the bounce. I think we've been keeping clean sheets as of late, which is not touch wood. Is a welcomed change. My main thing. Sorry, I don't want to ramble too much. My main thing is I want to see us. I'd like to see Cole on the right. I'd like to see us implement it. Maybe start Esteval. It just, it's kind of figuring out how to start Pedro Neto because he deserves to start. Esteval, because, everything we saw from his cameo was promising. He looked like one of the brighter players on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Cole. So everybody else they're secondary and tertiary. But we have to figure out a way to play those three comfortably. And, I don't blame Enzo Maresca for thinking that was the way. Another person, and I won't ramble too much, two things. I apologize.
Go ahead.
We need to do better against the low block this season if we're going to go anywhere. Because teams are just going to copy paste what Crystal Palace did. That's what they did last season as well. And I got very upset with Maresca for not changing. It took until the end of the season for us to really shake shit up or shake up. So I think that's really important. And and also one of the things that I really noticed that kind of bummed me out was Enzo Fernandez had a really poor game as well.
Very quiet game. Very quiet game.
Passing was kind of dull. So it looked like he was wearing some baggy, he just kind of off the pace. And we had him in the lineup to be a passer. We didn't have him to be the number 6 or to, be a cam or the 8. We needed him to really just pass. Just
link up.
Yeah, link up and do what he does best.
Yeah.
And we didn't see much. He lacked quality that entire game. So, I'll tell you this: when I don't gamble often, but if I do gamble on Chelsea, I typically include Cole Palmer or Enzo Fernandez in some way, shape, or form. And to see them both drop subpar performances, I could have told you we're not. We're going to be in gear 1. So West Ham on the weekend. Couldn't be more excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those ones they're doing bonanza right now. Oh go. Buy one, get one free is going on.
Couldn't be more sad.
Yeah, maybe you can get your mojo back there, but
Knock wood.
not good.
Stay humble.
City look dangerous, dusted Wolves. See, Johnny Reinders is Shirky with a nice little, techie goal on his birthday.
Yeah. You see what they did? What they did is, I mean, you can't replace a KDB in one player. I feel like
No. They did it in two or three.
got
Yeah.
2, 3 players. That's what Pep did. He was like, I'll just, in terms of my craftiness and kind of a little bit of flair on the ball, I'll bring Shirky in to do that, and you'll replace Grealish because that didn't work out.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've got Reinders looks really quality. Just to think that midfield also has Rodri and to come back
and Bernardo Silva,
you got
Gundogan on the bench.
Yeah, it's their
Turkey.
Their team.
Their team. They're strong. You see that Haaland's second goal.
Oscar Bob
was good. But that Haaland second goal where Trafford sends a long ball into the midfield to Johnny Reinders and his touch pass to I think is Oscar Bob running behind receive City might need their chain back from Liverpool. We'll see.
I mean, they're going to be machine-like. That game was machine-like.
Very machine-like. Very machine-like.
And I said Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob came back healthy. Pep said, Savinho, you can leave.
Yeah.
You can leave.
The door is that way.
You may go.
The door is that way. Oscar Bob, Shirky can play off the right to Folding is still there. Yeah.
So they got some hitters, and I think they're back. So
they're back for sure. United game, we'll get back. We'll talk about in IQ deep dive. But United lost to Arsenal 1-0 at Old Trafford. To I guess wrap up England SHO. We got the here we go. He's going to Arsenal. It looks like over Spurs. Shocking turnaround there.
I'm not shocked. Tottenham has a way
of fumbling the lead,
fumbling the bag, waiting. Looking at the cost of airfare to get the player into London for the medical instead of booking the private jet.
He's in London.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they called him like an Uber X instead of something silly. Something silly, and they lost. You gotta realize when you're Tottenham, you
gotta be aggressive.
Yeah, when you're Chicken Ball FC, because that's what their logo is. You have to realize
the Chelsea fan.
You have to realize, call it a spade a spade, not a spur a spur. Well, you have to realize that you're not the first choice for many, if any. And when you have the head turned of a player at all, you have to
close the deal.
Like yesterday. Don't give them a moment. Don't let other people hear what you're paying because I'm just going to add 5.
Yeah, which is what Arsenal did.
And I've got pedigree.
Yeah, more than you.
I'm not. That's all it takes. So, Taylor's oldest time, true as it may be, every time. Spurs, you got to move quick. I'm still shocked that
Willian
got kudos.
Yeah,
I could go on for days.
Yeah, this is another Willian situation.
Willian, we do it. We've dragged their chain so many times.
Yeah, it's another Willian situation. But as it looks like it's going to Arsenal. I did see the halftime interviews and the ref announcing decisions be debuted this weekend in England.
It was important.
Yeah, it was still.
It's very American.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't want to be the old school refusing to change guy, so I'll just put it out there. I don't know what you guys think. But what do you think about the halftime interviews? What do you think about the ref announcing VAR decisions? And by the way, while you're responding, please like, share, subscribe. We don't say that enough.
We don't. Please, Lord.
Please
Uh-huh.
like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about those additions. Maybe people in the stands, it benefits them, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the complexity of the call and the disallowed goal in the Chelsea game,
Yeah, it was
I
complex.
mean, I can imagine football Twitter in those moments erupts in confusion, anger at the PGMOL,
Jerry's.
Howard Webb, Stokely Park this, Stokely Park that. Now we get transparency, we get an explanation. I kind of got used to or introduced to it over the Club World Cup.
Even before they do it in MLS games here.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah, it don't.
yeah, but like just like with it was kind of pretty critical to see that in a pretty pretty huge call. So
Yeah.
and the explanation was comprehensive. It
It was.
Everybody looked at it was like that. Son of a gun, that's a rule.
Yeah.
In terms of the halftime interviews and stuff like that, yeah, it was awkward.
I mean, imagine. I think they have to be, I guess, strategic as to who they pick to speak to at halftime.
Let me talk.
Yeah, exactly. I think they have to be very careful before somebody goes there and goes off. Imagine we have a stinker or somebody didn't pass me the ball at the last second of the first half, and I'm walking hot, and somebody pulls me.
Yeah,
If you don't move away from me, if I dash you, woes. But yeah, interesting. Tell us what you think about that. In Spain, Barcelona are back. They beat Mallorca away 2-0. Mallorca were down to 9 men. It was 1-0 for a long time before Yamal did his special curler goal. Very, very good goal. The red cards was a topic of discussion this weekend. One of them was actually both of them were relatively understandable, but Barcelona's first goal, can't remember who shot the ball, but the ball hits this Mallorca defender's head like it was like a shot on the head and fell down. Head injury, what happens? To head in, when there's a head injury, what happens?
Off the game.
Off the game.
Yeah.
Ref was like,
He's let it ride. Wow.
he let it ride and he scored off of it. So that kind of like set the precedence of mentally messed, in my opinion, messed Mallorca up, and then they got a second yellow for one, a straight red for one. Rafinha had a very, very rash challenge that was an orange card, but given the context of everything that was going on, obviously the Mallorca team wanted a red for that. And honestly, if you had gotten a red for that, it wouldn't have been much complaint.
Yeah.
A lot to talk about. A lot of questionable stuff in that game. But, Barcelona still looked a little lethargic. I think Hansi Flick came out he was pretty much criticized his players, saying he has to talk to them because that was not a good performance. Marcus Rashford made his debut. He did all right. Nothing too special. Still looks like he's getting used to the pace, the technique. There was one pass that Eric Garcia gave him, seized him to him. Marcus could not control the ball. I don't think he was expecting that. So things like that he needs to get used to. And I mean, Marcus Rashford is a quality player. I think he would be fine. Yeah, it's all mental. Yeah, it's all mental. I think he'll be fine. Espanyol beats Atleti. That was surprising, 2-1. Julian Alvarez is like a Lambo in the hood. He scored a peach of a free kick, heck of a player, but they lost the game 2-1. It was a good game too. I think we mentioned 2 or 3 weeks ago, you were saying I think we were mentioning Atleti's defensive record. Well, that's why they are always in the race, because they don't concede enough.
Yeah.
A lot. So it was kind of like, and you rarely see them give away games like the way they did, but they did. And they lost the game 2-1. Some good goals in that game as well. I mean, even Villarreal looked good. They won their first game 2-0 as well. Uh, maybe Nico Jackson goes there. Pepe is still there. Do you know that?
Nico Pepe.
Nicolas Pepe, yeah. Pepe is still there. Had a good game. They had midfielders Gay and can't remember the other guy's name. But very, very good team. They look strong. I think they will make a good push for top four for sure this season. That's my call. Um, and then Madrid beat Espanyol 1-0 on Tuesday. So we're recording this on Wednesday. So yesterday, Madrid looked new. One preseason game. They tried to do something different, but we pretty much controlled the game. So a lot of passing, not a lot of risk taking, just Xavi ball, just control, pass, pass, pass. Like Vinny barely took players on, like, you know what I mean? Like barely took players on. And because of how much possession we had, the Espanyol just sat back. Now the old Madrid, the game will be open. They will bait you in. You have a couple shots. People will save some, and then you expose, and they just send Vinny or Mbappe, and before you know, it's 2-0. So it'll be, interesting to see this new look Madrid and new look style of play. Dean Huyson is a baller. That guy's a player. Like, he's a serious player. The new left back, Carreras, serious player. Like, Madrid fans fell in love immediately. We saw him. So, I guess Spain kicked off. I am still slightly worried. But I mean, 1-0 was a penalty goal by Mbappe. So we couldn't break down that low block, properly, same as Chelsea. So, well, we'll see. We'll see. But that's my recap. Before we go into the IQ deep dive, do you have any?
No, just the window's about to close. There's departures that Chelsea's focusing on.
There's a new arrival in Chelsea. You guys signed somebody or agreed to somebody, I think.
Who? C'est possible.
I think. Alejandro Garnacho did
I've heard
turn down somebody.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, Sancho turned down Roma too. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was.
This is the Saweetie in his ear. Saweetie's just saying, "You want D50, right? Like, you should stay on that, boo." and he's just like, "I gotta buy bust downs now. Like, I gotta ice everything out." She's a song, so icy.
Yeah, but yeah. Like, I won't blame you if you're that kind of piece. Then why not? Why not? But it's Julian Cinso and Ciso, the Paraguayan from Brighton,
set to join Chelsea. What?
Chelsea in the future, but he's going to your feeder club, Strasbourg.
That's crazy. I didn't know that stuff.
Yep.
And Ciso is a decent player. Another Brighton player. So
Brighton Chelsea.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, Brighton Chelsea, good relationship.
Yeah. The three players that I hope by next week are gone. Raheem Sterling, as always. Christopher Nkunku, I've heard it might be going back to Leipzig. And Javi Simmons coming this way. And then Nico Jackson, I think. Those are the three. I think I texted you last week. Ben Chilwell's on 200K. He's not going anywhere.
we die.
But the thing is, Chile, you look at the left back for England, you got Luke Shaw, who's barely alive. I mean, and you've got Lewis Hall, who should be the next presumptive, like, heir apparent. but there's a gap.
Hey, don't forget Karen Trippier.
Yeah.
They like to do
We're
and Reese sometimes.
no. I'll have words with Tuchel if he puts Reese on the left. And Trippier has played on the left. He can play left or right, but it doesn't look. I've seen him get cooked on the left, and I've seen him get cooked on the right. He's cooked. So like the time frame, Chile's like 27, 28. He's actually perfect to get more minutes. I'm not saying he should be the starting left back for England. Maybe if he was like in a different world, if he had continued, if he not gotten hurt back-to-back seasons after winning the Champions League.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think if he finds a club in the Prem, that's a big if. Um, maybe he gets more minutes. Maybe he gets a call up because I don't think I think Luke Shaw is on borrowed time. No shade. I'm not trying to be mean. I just calling spade a spade.
Calling a spade a spade. But yeah, I mean, you guys need the. I mean, not you don't need it. You just need the. You just need to clear.
We just need to clear him out.
Yeah,
bro.
clear him out. Yeah, you just need to clear him out.
And he's if he's healthy, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen Crystal Palace didn't even play him last. We loaned him to Palace.
Yeah.
They didn't even play him. They had what's his face? Moon.
No,
that's the right back.
That's the right back. They had Tyreek Mitchell.
Yes. Okay. Yes. He just outplayed him.
Yeah.
Completely.
I mean, he's not starting over Tyreek Mitchell.
Yeah.
That is the left back for England.
Yeah.
Tyreek Mitchell.
Yeah. There's a couple of yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But anyway, that's all I had. Really dive deep.
Dive deep.
Deep dive.
All right, so we'll move on to the IQ deep dive segment. We'll be breaking down the United Arsenal game, I should say. United lost 1-0 at home to the Arsenal. Arsenal scored a set piece. So streets are calling them Stoke City.
Harambal.
Yeah, streets. That's again. I'm just telling you what streets are saying, right?
It's just
Not me. But again, Amarin Ball for United, 3 in the back, 4 in the midfield, 3 up top. With the back, I guess the most important player here, in my opinion, is Luke Shaw because he can also play left back. He allows Dogu go up, and then the team to shift for Dallo to stay. Mbeumo can be isolated one-on-one here. Casemiro and Bruno in the midfield, then Mount starts an inside left, but he can roam and play as a 10 and Cunha up top. So most of the time they did this pretty much. Well, actually, most of the time they did this, I should say, where they brought Mount back into the midfield and left these two like this because Mbeumo was cheating. He wasn't like coming back as often or anything like that. So very fluid United formation. Interesting to see how Bruno plays the rest of the season in this deeper role. I feel like he was missed closer to goal, in my opinion. But credit to Mason Mount. That's probably me personally the best I've seen him play in a United shirt. He was very mobile, very effective in what they're trying to do. For Arsenal, they played their usual 4-3-3 with Sachs on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Gyökeres as the 9. He did not. I don't know if he played that game or not. I think he was. I don't think Arsenal are used to playing with like a target man yet, and it kind of showed. But Captain Odegaard at the midfield with Rice and Zubimendi, Ben White, I should say. Good to see him back. I think he's a very good player, and obviously had a tough season last season with injuries. But good to see him back. Calafiori, the goal scorer, as the left back, and Gabriel, another person that just came back from injury, paired with Saliba. Gabriel had a very, very strong game defensively again, so it looks like he hasn't missed a beat there. But for For Arsenal, again, the same triangle game where it is Calafiori, Declan, and Martinelli on the left, and Saka, Benny Blanco, and Odegaard on the right side, just creating triangles, and Gyökeres going to each side to support or make runs to stretch the defense. Arsenal didn't play well. I think that United outplayed them again. Alafiori is very offensive minded, so Buemo was, especially in the first half, there are a couple times where Casemiro will win the ball and just send him here, and just either him or Cunha anywhere, just running at the defense. Cunha had a very strong game. He had drew a couple saves from the goalie as well. I mean, United I thought played better. They deserved to win the game, but it wasn't like clear cut like chances where it's like, oh, he should be scoring that kind of situation. So it wasn't a comfortable 1-0 win, but it wasn't a scary 1-0 win for Arsenal.
No.
It wasn't scary. I don't know what you thought.
No, I mean they looked like they were they weren't. They're looking to. They've built a side that they've wanted to instill a mentality of winning these close games on the road.
Yep.
So even if it was a sweat fest for them internally, I didn't really see that on the pitch for them. I think this is like kind of what they're as of last season started to implement as business as usual.
Yeah.
At least on the road, they see this as a way not to really be as flamboyant, just get the result, kind of close up shop. I think Calafiori scored early in the first half.
Yeah, like the 13, 14 minutes, something like that.
And I'm sure I didn't see it, but I'm sure there was like something to like just
kill the game.
Kill it. Like they're gonna try everything to close. I mean, obviously there's a gap between the two teams. They are literally going to have to play outside of themselves and try everything to try and equalize. And they did. United played well.
Very well.
To their testament. It's kind of like you guys can hit us with your best shot type of thing. And they had some really good shots.
Yeah, very well.
They're gonna have a better season. I think that goes without saying.
Better season.
A full preseason with new players. With the preseason in general, I think that's major for a new manager or a manager in general. So they're all hopefully it'll all take. So we'll see.
We'll see. But to be fair to Arsenal, even with United's bad patch of decades, I would say at least, they barely win at Old Trafford. So I think I saw, or I was listening to a pod, and I heard that I think over the last, I don't know how many decades, Arsenal have only won 5 or 6 times at Old Trafford, and half of them are with Mikel Arteta. So to be fair, I mean, for Arsenal, Old Trafford is not the easiest place to go, and they got the job done. I was very impressed with Zubimendi in the 6. Coming. I mean, we see this in world football today, where if you can, the thing that they've some people criticize Rice for not being able to do. They have a midfielder in Zubimendi who can, which is receive the 1.5 turn and dictate play from deep, which frees up Rice to also drop in, because sometimes they built from behind in the box. Sometimes it's just Zubimendi by himself in the middle, trying to find spaces and progress the ball up the pitch. So Zubimendi was very, very impressive. Saka was quiet. Martinelli was quiet. Gyökeres was quiet. I mean, in my opinion, I think the best part of the performance for Arsenal was defensively. So again, they got the job done. Again, shout out to them. I mean, 3 points is all that matters, but United would probably be better this season. They looked very, very good.
Yeah.
You're going to say something?
No, I was just looking something up.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be good.
Better.
Let me just. They're going to be better. Very good. Better. The lift was very, very good too. I think it'll be interesting when Lisandro Martinez comes, where he fits in all this. Maybe he takes the Luke Shaw route, the Luke Shaw role, because probably can do that. Yeah, and we know Luke Shaw has had his issues with health, so we'll see. But that was it wasn't
I heard
really much
Højlund-
to go.
Højlund, this is the second game I think he didn't feature in any way capacity.
I mean, his first game of the season. You mean like in
Was he on the bench? Or?
he wasn't in the squad.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the squad.
That's what I was trying to say.
He was in the squad. I would double check though, but he was in the squad. He's because Lukaku is hurt. So I saw that Napoli is after everybody's secondary, or if you're not using a player anymore, Napoli's after you. Because I saw them linked with Jadon Sancho, Raheem Sterling, now Højlund.
Yeah.
Like Napoli wants but they do need a striker now that Lukaku is down. But was he on the bench? No, he was not. Xerxes was on the bench. I thought Xerxes would have done well in that game.
Yeah.
But
So I think with that Sesko signing, right, it kind of leaves him as the like they kind of, I don't want to say that they're different strikers.
yeah,
Like in terms of their opportunities to play, I think it's kind of like a redundancy. I'm sure he feels some type of way that since he's been purchased or acquired, Xerxes come in and now,
snatch this chain.
yeah, there's been several attackers, so he's just like, like, if you don't believe in me, just say that.
I think they just said it.
Yeah, they just said it.
They just said it.
I think you'll find a place where you can be, a small fish in a big pond.
At Newcastle.
Yeah. Ooh, Eddie Howe has a way of creating strikers, so maybe.
Yeah, Newcastle in my opinion, but we'll see. IQ finish of the week. There were some goals this weekend. Yamal's goal against Mallorca, like I said, curler finesse special. Luka Bacchio against that Bilbao game, Sevilla Bilbao was fire. Nico, I don't think I mentioned it earlier in the episode, but Nico Williams had put on a master class. 1 goal, 2 assists, for a 3-2 win. So he was involved in all their goals. But Luka Bacchio's goal against them, Bilbao, was very, very good. Peremia, I think his name is, how it's pronounced, for Espanyol against Atleti, was also a beautiful goal, like a beautiful header. Like one of those headers where they cross the ball and you just
With it.
loop the header far post. It just like sinks into the opposite side. It was a beautiful goal for Espanyol. Julian Alvarez, like I said, his free kick against Espanyol, same game. But Richarlison was going to win this. I mean, the bike goal, yeah.
Nuts. You don't often see that Richarlison smile, but when you do, it means something crazy.
Something crazy just happened. So
a phenomenon just occurred.
Yep. So shout out to Richarlison. Congrats on winning the IQ finish of the week. IQ player of the week. Obviously, Richarlison scored 2 goals. Yamal, a goal and assist. Tijani Reinders.
Give me Reinders, man.
Yeah, Reinders. I was gonna mention Nico Williams as well.
It's an IQ game. Bro.
Yeah.
Like IQ podcast.
Yeah.
He did all the quiet stuff.
Yes, he did.
If you know ball, you knew what type of game that man had.
Yeah,
and the impact and how important it was for them to find somebody like that, and how treacherous it is that they have.
Yeah, he's it's scary out. So he looks like him and Shirky look like
Personally, how I feel.
Yeah, him and Shirky look like steals compared to what the people are being bought for these days. But shout out Nico Williams, shout out Yamal, shout out Richarlison, but Tijani Reinders, congratulations, your IQ player of the week, top performance. So looking forward to watching a lot more. And upcoming fixtures, you mentioned your boys are headed to West Ham to see
The derby.
How many derbies do you people have in
It's a
that London?
London derby, bro.
How many derbies do you people have in that London?
And furthermore, they don't like us because we took lamps from them.
Still?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Muslims not like us for that reason.
Get over
Maybe
it.
took John Terry too.
No. John Terry is not
He's in the
academy.
academy, but I think
There's a moment.
I can't be sure.
But West Ham play Chelsea this Friday. Bundesliga starts this Friday as well.
See,
Oh, really? 4 years in West
so,
Ham?
yeah, it was a coup. We took Terry and Lambs. That's generational hate.
That's generational hate. Yeah, but Bundesliga starts this Friday with Bayern Leipzig. That's one way to start your league.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's still business to be done, man.
yeah, still business to be done for sure.
Like to Temmie's point, like these fixtures that are coming up hot and heavy, if the business had been done, they would be tantalizing.
Very, very.
Now, because Newcastle and Pool's coming and this isn't resolved. Yeah. I mean, it's still tea. Like, I would love to, I think it's going to be hot gossip, as they say. But the other,
I was like, it's still. I didn't even. I was like, it's still. I was like,
tea.
oh,
It's tea. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
But and then Bayern versus
I don't know what part of Atlanta you say that.
okay, Bayern versus Leipzig, I think realistically would be a lot more exciting if they both had finished their business as well.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Leipzig's in the middle of buying and selling.
for sure.
Bayern.
But it'll still be a good game regardless, I think. You mentioned Newcastle, Liverpool on Monday. The Isak Derby is on Monday. It should be a good game. Man City, Tottenham, to me, might be the marquee game of the weekend. So Man City, Tottenham play on Saturday.
Yeah.
Good game to watch. And then, obviously, Madrid, they travel to Oviedo on Sunday.
Oh man.
But Lord's football is back, man.
Yes, sir.
Why are you smiling? What was that smile? I feel like it was something else.
Oviedo. Oh man, are we? I'm quivering. Shivering.
Shiveries. Yeah.
Shellac.
Yeah, we should. I mean, we should. I think we need, just like you guys, we need a team that we can just bata anyhow, so that we can get some, some rhythm going.
They still got a Jared Bowen.
Jared Bowen. Oh, you mean West Ham?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared Bowen. Paquetá is still there. I think he's been cleared from his issues, so I think he's looking to move too, though. But Paquetá is still there. Oh, and Barcelona is away to Levante, by the way. So that's it. That's all I got. Any closing words?
Up the Chelsea. And football's back.
Football is back. Hala Madrid. See you guys next week. Peace.